Congratulations to Arizona. Credit to them, they played extremely well. Tells you the type of team that we have to give up 16 hits, still be in the game, and have a chance to win. At the end of the day, I just walked in the locker room. I told the guys on August 19th, our first team meeting, if I told you we were going to be playing at home in a game 3 of a super regional, what would you do? You'd take it immediately. So we're going to take a shower. We're going to move on from that game fast. And I'm really excited to watch our guys tomorrow. I'm going to stay out of their way, and I'm going to let them do it.
Questions, Tony?
Coach, for familiar territory, last weekend in a very similar spot, you talk about the message all the time, but being in the familiar territory, does that make it easier, or?
I wouldn't say it necessarily makes it easier, but you have done it, and you've been in that elimination game, which we were in Monday against Oklahoma. So we're in another one. And we're in another one where we had a chance to clinch the regional on Sunday. The only difference is this one day. Instead of 4 games, it's 3 games. So yeah, anytime you've done something before, you definitely can revert back to that. So that definitely will hurt.
Carl and Grace?
I assume Ryan Lynch will start. What does your pitching look like after him? Because you don't have McDuffie rested as you did last week.
Yeah, you know what? He'll be rested. He'll throw better tomorrow than he did today. Lynch will start the game, and we'll have everybody available to pitch tomorrow.
Grace?
Jackson and Carter, what do you guys take away from last weekend's Oklahoma game, the one that you lost, and then today to take into tomorrow?
Jackson, take that first, please.
I think kind of just what Coach was talking about. I mean, we've been there before. We knew coming in Arizona really hits it, and we saw that today. It's going to be hard again tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go.
I don't think we played our best today, but we're going to be ready for it tomorrow. Last week was a tough game, but we bounced back, and I think we're ready for it.
Adam?
Scott, what did you think was not working for McDuffie today, and was this the pressure of this moment too sort of a reminder that he is a freshman as well as he's pitched all year?
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of pressure on their guys too. And they're older. I'm not into the freshman thing. He's been in those situations all year. He was amped up. He had great life on his ball. He'll settle in. He's a pitcher. And that was the thing that hurt us a little bit today. We had good stuff top to bottom. We just weren't putting that stuff where we want to put it. If you don't put it where you want to against a good team, they make you pay. So really, it was just a command thing. He just wanted to command the ball, throwing the ball where he wanted to. Lead off walk, which is never good. But he's our guy, and he hasn't pitched a lot. We've used him wisely. And a lot of times, when you haven't pitched in a while, you feel better on that back-to-back day. So that's what I expect to see tomorrow.
For Coach, talking about plays with 2 outs in terms of hitting and defense, how do you think that sort of kind of led to its outcome?
Yeah, they did a really good job today with 2 outs. So I'm a firm believer in giving credit where credit's due, and they had good at-bats, and we didn't put them away, and that's why they ended up on top.
Brian?
Jackson, how does your mindset kind of change, or does it change at all knowing you guys going into an elimination game?
I wouldn't say it changes. I think we're coming in the same way we did today, going to play our baseball, and it'll go our way. It's kind of something that we talk about regardless of the game or the stage. We're playing our baseball, so that won't change.
Grace and Jade?
Coach, what is it about that put-away pitch and that put-away batter that you think kind of eluded you guys today? You had a lot of pitchers that went into those full counts and that started out that just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, again, I thought they grinded out at bats well. I thought some of our pitches were balls out of the hand. We always want to try to throw a competitive pitch. That's Tullen, the same pitch. But also I have to go back and watch because this is a lot different from the side, so I try not to say too much. I just don't think we executed extremely well on the mound. But man, that's been the backbone of our team. You win as a team and you lose as a team. We also left some guys on base, and we had some chances to potentially maybe put them away and divide that lead a little bit.
Jade and then Michael.
Speaking of the guys y'all left on base, obviously 13 of them for the players, was there anything that their pitchers were doing that maybe kept y'all off balance, or was it just not getting it to the right spots?
Carter, you first, please.
No, I just think that we put some good at-bats together. It's just sometimes the ball didn't land our way. or we didn't get the pitch we were looking for. We might have gone out of the zone earlier in the count when we should have probably been more patient. So I just think that we can do a better job tomorrow, and today wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we did hit some balls hard right at guys, and we had chances for sure. But I think for the most part, we actually did execute our plan pretty well, and it's just kind of a matter of getting that big hit. And we got a couple of them. We needed one more maybe, but I thought we really had our approach, and we'll have it again tomorrow, and we'll stick with it.
Michael here, then Adam.
Coach, you said yesterday that you thought today was going to be a hard game. What led you to say that?
It's just the way it works. Rarely is it like it was yesterday. I just had that feeling. I think they're a really good team, and we've spent a lot of time scouting them. Obviously, how we play is most important. But you don't get to this point of the season if you don't have really good teams. So I just had that feeling. I think tomorrow will be the same. And I'm excited, really I am, because this is why you coach, but this is also why you come to the University of North Carolina as a player to play in these games. So I'm excited for our players.
A few more to Adam, then Brian.
Jackson, I was just wondering, how would you describe sort of the mood of the team in the post-game locker room, and is there a sense of, you know, hey, we did this 5-6 days ago against Oklahoma? Is that do you think that's there?
Yeah, I mean, you can feel that for sure. Obviously, we wanted to get it done today, and we had chances to do so, but once that final out was made, we're already moving on. There's no point in hanging on to today. And like you said, like we've been there before. We did it last weekend, and we know we can do it again.
Scott, you talked in the second game of Oklahoma about you guys were kind of saving Lynch McDuffie for the Monday game. Was there any of that going on? Did that factor at all into taking McDuffie out of the game in terms of planning for?
Well, he was taxed pretty good. He had great stuff, actually. I mean, some of the best velo he's had. But we also felt like he had thrown so much. You know, we wanted to make the change right there. And their lefty put a good swing on that first pitch slider from Folger. But we definitely talked about it. We knew that we would not pitch somebody unless we had the lead. But even, you know, we take the lead back there, we're probably going to go for it. But we knew we weren't going to pitch either Lynch or Hout because one of those two would start tomorrow.
Anybody else?
For coach and the players, a very back and forth game, lots of responses. Was there any sort of palpable shifts in kind of strategy or mindset throughout the game?
Not really. I mean, you know, I'm a firm believer you just got to read the game and you play pitch to pitch. You know, these guys can answer for themselves, but they've done a great job of buying into that, not getting too high or not getting too low, and understand you have to finish the game and play all 27 outs.
Grace, last one.
Jackson, tomorrow will be your last game at the Bosch. There's a lot of older guys. Do you say anything to this team, knowing that for some of you guys, this is it tomorrow?
I mean, probably not. Not in that regard, at least. We knew that we would be here, or we hoped that we would be here in this spot, and you know that's coming at some point. But in our minds, it's not our last game, and that's more important than our last home game for sure.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.